Aspects of human experience are explored through a variety of different modes and media. Composers capture the complex nature of human experiences, which provide us with new perspectives by revealing the complexity of individual and collective experiences. Novels serve as a way to unify groups because as readers we are invited to both identify and empathize with characters in the text collectively. To Kill a Mockingbird, written by Harper Lee, is set in a small town of Macomb during the Great Depression. It follows the life of an 8-year-old girl named Scout who watches her father Atticus defend a young black man accused of raping a white woman. Through the experiences of prejudice and contrast of good and evil in the novel, we become aware of our own attitudes and behaviour towards others, educate ourselves, and focus on the positives in life in order to support others. Lee was inspired by many personal experiences in her life whilst writing the novel, including that her father was also a lawyer who defended a black man. It is a powerful way to help victims of prejudice and racism, as it illustrates how we can understand collective experiences as a society. Throughout the novel, Lee uses the extended metaphor of the mockingbird to represent innocence destroyed by the evil, which challenges individuals to think about the imminent goodness and evilness of people. Lee has invited readers to share experiences of the characters, the way they feel, empathize, and communicate. The inherent issue of racism creates a naive and ironic tone. The prolific use of the word nigger throughout the novel and Scout's nonchalant response to its usage, evident through her childlike dialogue and insightful adult reflections, shows how this type of derogatory language and attitude was commonplace in the 1930s. It proves that racism towards African Americans was acceptable behaviour and ingrained in the fabric of society in the 1930s. It is through human experience that we have challenged and changed how we act towards African Americans for the better in the present. Lee also demonstrates a contrasting perspective on how Negroes within the community display ingrained attitudes between the black and white society. The hopeless tone of Atticus, "they've done it before and they'll do it again, and when they do, seems that only children weep," demonstrates the repeated notion of prejudice in the novel. It demonstrates how Lee has channeled her personal experiences of racism to portray that as a part of the human condition, it is embedded in us that we experience hardships in our lives. Through this, we learn that human motivations and behaviour towards certain situations are the results of how we experience life. This is demonstrated by the Finch family's belief in respecting everyone equally, as it is contrasted to a number of other worldwide views. Lee indicates that a preconceived notion about a person is based to which group in society you may belong to. Ultimately, Lee has created To Kill a Mockingbird to confront society about the negative human experiences. Her novel expresses judgments and conflicts about lifestyle and values about human experiences.